I'm Chris, you're watching FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. Today I'm telling you about a superb amber fragrance I've discovered. Disclaimer, if you're not into sexy, sensual, mass appealing fragrances that are likely to get you some good compliments, then you maybe don't want to tune into this video. For those of you who are into all that, stay tuned to FM. Lorga Parfums are a new brand established in Paris, France, I believe, this year, and we're talking about high French perfumery, so you're getting really high-end luxury fragrances here. They very kindly sent me a discovery set, which I really enjoyed working my way through. It's one of those where they're all so different and they all smell so unique, and again they all smell really great quality, which you would expect from French high perfumery, I guess. I narrowed it down to 3 fragrances and I really struggled to choose between them. I wore them for about a week to see which one of these 3 worked best off my skin and which one I enjoyed the most, and just by a little bit, the one that won out for me was Ambre Platine. As you can see, these bottles are absolutely stunning, so let's take a closer look. While you're admiring this beautiful bottle, I'll tell you the notes. There's almond, mandarin orange, bergamot, cinnamon, rose, jasmine, pink pepper, caramel, amber, vanilla, tonka bean and amberwood. So to me, this one opens up sweet and peppery. I get a bit of the almond, although it's not a really creamy almond. Sometimes almond can be so creamy that it's almost kind of sickeningly creamy. It doesn't go that far at all. And I really get the caramel. The caramel is quite front and center in this fragrance. Although there's a brightness and a real lift to this fragrance, I don't really pick up on the strong citrus. I think the citruses are providing this brightness, but there's certainly not a zesty citrus element to this. You wouldn't smell this and think, oh, that's a nice, fresh citrus fragrance at all. So there's a brightness to it rather than a freshness, I would say. So because of this brightness, because of this energy, it's got great diffusion. The projection, I feel, is really wide on this. I sprayed this in my house on a different floor to the rest of my family, and then maybe 10 minutes later I went down to the floor that they were on, and they pretty much all stopped what they were doing and commented on how much they liked the smell and how strong it was. So really diffusive. I feel like the projection is really wide off this, and it's a very mass appealing smell. There aren't many fragrances that I wear at home when I'm testing that my family will stop and say, I really like that one. I kind of have to ask them, particularly my wife. She kind of won't go out of her way very often to compliment me, but with this one she did. This was one of those rare fragrances that my kids loved it, my wife loved it, so that kind of sealed the deal for me. I thought if my family loves it, this is the fragrance from the Lorga Parfums discovery set that I'm going to choose. I don't really pick up too much on the florals in this fragrance. I certainly wouldn't describe it as a floral fragrance. I don't really get the rose. I don't get this sharpness that rose can sometimes bring. I certainly don't get the feminine association that I can often connect with rose. I don't even get the spicy, more masculine type of rose in here. So I don't really get a lot of rose. It doesn't jump out on me. It may jump out on your skin, you know, things work differently. And I don't get a lot of the jasmine. I don't get this heady, indolic nature that jasmine can bring to the fragrance. You know, that real full-bodied white floral thing. But there is a little bit of creaminess, so perhaps it's the jasmine that's bringing that to the fragrance. So whilst the florals aren't very prominent, I feel like they're really supporting the mid of this fragrance, and they're connecting the top notes to the base notes. So they're supporting and they're filling out the fragrance a little bit, and they're really acting as a bridge between the top notes and the base notes. In that base, there's caramel, vanilla, amber and tonka bean, so all lovely sweet notes that are really adding this bakery gourmand feel to the fragrance. And I love how this has a dessert-like quality, but it's never too heavy or rich. It manages to always have this brightness I keep talking about, and I suspect that's probably quite a hard balance to strike. I think that's quite a hard thing to achieve, and I think that just highlights how well blended this is. So it opens with this peppery sweetness, lots of projection, and then it gradually just smooths out a little bit into its base notes, but it doesn't develop very much. I feel like I get the same kind of smell to this fragrance from beginning to end. I get this bright bakery patisserie kind of smell, which I really enjoy. So the fact that it doesn't seem to develop on me massively is fine, it works for me. We have to talk about this presentation because I think it's fantastic. Really heavy bottle, heavy metal cap as well. I really like the logo that's on top of the cap there as well. The label on the front is actually a sticker, but it definitely still retains that feeling of luxury. It's a padded sticker and the name of the fragrance is embossed in gold on there, and then you have the name of the brand in gold lettering at the bottom of the bottle there. So overall, I think the presentation is really high-end, matches the luxury niche fragrance inside. I almost forgot to mention the atomizer, but I have to because it's just as quality as the rest of the presentation. You can control how much comes out, and it's a real wide, fine mist, pretty much as good as atomizers get. I'm getting 2 to 3 hours projection, which is great, and for me that was fairly widespread. Longevity is also very good. I get 8 to 10 hours, so very happy with the performance of this. It's a very versatile fragrance. I think it would work really well in autumn and winter and spring. And you know, I think I could even wear this on some summer days if you're in the mood for something a little sweeter on those warmer days. I think this is bright enough to work, you know, because of the citruses here and those supporting florals. So I don't think it's too heavy to wear in the summer. I also find it very versatile for occasions. I don't think I could really pin this down to one particular occasion. I think it would work in all situations if you wanted it to be a date night scent or a formal scent. So because of that versatility, I guess you could say this one would work really well as a signature scent. If you were interested in picking this one up, the best place to buy it from, and I think the only place I can find at the time of making this video, is the Lorga Parfums website, which of course I will link for you in the description. If you're interested in it, you can get this 65ml bottle for €250, or they do a discovery set for €35. So if you're interested in discovering the brand, which I can highly recommend, they have some great fragrances and you might find a different favorite. So maybe, you know, treat yourself, try a brand new house, and I'm sure within that discovery set you'll find something that you really enjoy. So this is a great airy amber scent that's likely to get you noticed. It's got a smooth, sensual, sweet side which contrasts really well with the brighter, more lively, fun side to the fragrance. It's distinctive, it's got character, it's got great versatility. It's my favourite from the house. It really works for me. Maybe it'll work for you too. There we go, my thoughts on Ambre Platine. Brilliant fragrance. Let me know if you've also experienced this. I think a few of you out there, I think Lorga Parfums have been getting some positive attention from what I've seen in recent months. So if you tried it, let me know. If you haven't tried it, hopefully I've helped to put a new brand on your radar. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, keep tuning into FM, keep smelling good, and I'll see you in the next one.